Good afternoon. I'm Leslie Taylor Goring. I am so excited to be able to bring this video to all of you out there, whether you're Y members, staff, guests, friends of, whoever happens to be watching this, to take good care of yourselves during this time. As I put in the description, it's one of my favorite pieces of equipment to use. Yes, next to that roller, the ball. The ball is so versatile. Whether it's a big ball, small ball, so many things you can get out of it and challenge your core, make things easier, make things even more difficult if that's the way you tend to go. If you don't have a fitness ball, take the time to watch this anyway, because there are other implements you can use to get away with many of the things what you do. You can hold a large couch cushion. You could sit on a desk chair that rolls. You could sit on an ottoman. You could still get some benefit and not even use the ball whatsoever. As you also see, and I did mention in the description, a variety of weights. Now, I don't normally put things on a special mat, but when you have a whole hardwood floor just to protect it, it gets a little special mat. And if you have a looped band handy to give yourself a little bit more resistance when we get to that part, that will be great, but we'll have those muscles singing regardless. Even if the ball you use is this size, a little bit bigger, playground ball, bring it on along, and we will get started. We're going to start out with just some easy squats that we're going to phase into. I'd like you to hold whatever you're using in your hands. Take your feet so they're 2 fist distance, meaning your fist will fit between them, apart up to your armpit distance. Your toes should be looking forward as well as your kneecaps. We're just going to start soft and easy. With an exhale, sit back into your seat. Those kneecaps are looking forward. You're pressing your hips back. Take a breath here. Exhale, squeeze into whatever you're holding and come up top. And we're going to sit back again, squeezing with those arms coming up top. Sit back, squeeze into it up top. Sit back 4, squeeze up top. Sit back 5, squeeze up tall. Stay here. Take that right leg back. Keep it within that distance apart. Keep that left knee soft, and we're going to twist to that right side. Breath here. Exhale, tighten your belly. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, tighten, center 2. Exhale, tighten, center 3. Exhale, tighten, center 4. One more for now. Bring it back up. 5 more squats. We're going to change your focus. Keep your squeeze on the ball. Everything is still looking forward. Focus on pressing through your feet this time, pushing the ground away. So sit those hips back, press the ground away. Sit back with that exhale, back up. Sit back 3, press the ground away. Sit back 4, press it away. Sit back 5, press it away. Great, now take that left leg back. Keep that equal distance. Take a breath. As you turn, back center. Turn, exhale, center 2, and turn, center 3, and turn, center 4, and turn, and center 5. You guessed it, we have another set of squats. We're going to add our glutes onto it if you weren't already using. Just progressing again, getting the body a little warmer. Keep your squeeze again, so those pecs are working. Keep your shoulder blades down, toes forward. Take your breath. Exhale, sit back, press your feet, squeeze your glutes, bring yourself up. And sit back, press, squeeze up 2. And sit back, press and squeeze 3. Sit back, press and squeeze 4. And sit back, press and squeeze 5. Take your right leg back, go for shoulder width. Keep that left knee soft. We're going to go through the hips this time. Take a breath. Exhale, tighten your belly, blow through a straw as you turn. Inhale, back center. And exhale, turn. 2. Exhale, turn. 3. Keep your shoulders down. Exhale, turn. 4. And exhale, turn. And 5. No squats. Go to right to that other side. Exhale as you turn. Back center. Exhale, turn 2. And center. Exhale, turn 3. And center. Exhale, turn 4. Center. Exhale, turn 5. Come back center. Find that shoulder width apart. Take your ball off slightly to the left. Keep your shoulders down. Knee lift for that right side. We're going to do 5, then we're going to keep it up. So take a breath and exhale it up. Try to keep your weight steady. And exhale up 2 and 7. Exhale up 3. Tap it down. Exhale up 4. and tap. Keep it up here for 5. If you're going, I can't do it, quickly sit everything down, find the wall, something for balance. Now circle through that hip. 5, 4, 3. If you had a big pencil coming out the knee, and go the opposite way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. Give yourself a shoulder roll. Take the ball off to your right, and prepare for that left side. Inhale it up. Tap it down. And lift. 2. Keep your shoulder blades down. 3. And lift. 4. Lift and hold here. Now let's get those circles warming up this hip. 2, 3, 4, 5. And the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower that leg down. Go back to armpit to shoulder width distance apart. We're going to get small circles through your shoulders. So I don't want you to go through your ribs like this in your back. Just start with those shoulders, warming up a little bit more. Drop your tailbone and circle. There's 1 and 2. Keep your abs in and up. 3 and 4 and 5 and back the opposite way. And 1. Don't worry, you get the chance to do big stuff. Starting small, warm up the bursa, get the blood flowing, and get those tendons and ligaments ready. Big shoulder circle here. Bring those feet in at 2 fists to armpit distance apart. We're going for big ab engagement. Pull your belly button in towards your spine, up towards your diaphragm, and engage your pelvic floor. Then there's a little elevator there that's pulling on up, or you stepped in a cold lake for you gentlemen. Squeeze back into that ball. Get those pecs working. Everything is working. Take a breath. Exhale, sit back. Press on up. Back for 2 and up. Keep that squeeze of the ball, the shoulder blades down, and don't lose that ab engagement. We've got one more like this that we're going to add calf raises in. Aha. You were worried. Press, squeeze up, lift up on those toes, lower down. Sit back, press up, and calf raise. Sit back, good, squeeze up, and lift for 3. Heels down, sit back, squeeze up, keep the upper body working. We have 5 more after this. That's number 5. Sit back, keep that ab engagement. Keep the shoulders down. Here's our last 4. And up. Sit back, squeeze, press up. Sit back, squeeze, press up. Sit back, squeeze, press up. And sit back, squeeze, press up. Big shoulder roll here. Let's go back to where we were with those knee lifts and add on to that. Keep the arms long this time. Take that on over to the left side of your body. Tighten that left glute. Pair. Pull up through the kneecap and do a little micro turn if you need to. And lift that right knee up. Tap it down. Lift it up. Tap 2. And lift. Tap 3. Lift. Tap 4. Lift and hold here. Drop your shoulders. Torso twist to the left. Take a breath as you rotate. Exhale, center. And turn. Exhale, 2. Turn. Exhale, 3. Turn. Exhale, 4. Turn. Exhale, 5. Lift up that right hip. Send that leg out. Arms go out. Little extension here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale it in. Drop that leg. We're going to finish with an axe chop. Send the arms off to the left. Sit. And up. 2. And up. 3. And up. Keep a squeeze on the ball. And up. Last one this side. Gently come up. Big shoulder roll. Let's prepare for that other side. Take the ball off to that right side. Pull up through that kneecap. Tighten that right glute. And lift that left knee. And tap down. And lift. Tap 2. And lift. Tap 3. Lift. Tap 4. Keep it right here. Here you go. Torso twist. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. And turn. Center 2. Center 3. Center 4. There's your last turn. Center 5, stay here, drop your shoulders, and lift up that left hip, flex the foot, extend everything out, draw it in. Extend it out, great balance work. You're getting it out the way early today. Strength and balance. 4, and in. 5, bring it in, turn that hip down, axe chop, send it off to the right, exhale, squat. Send it up, keep a squeeze of the ball, use those muscles. There's 3, and up. 4, and up, and 5. Gently come up, float your ball down, whatever you're using in front of you. Give yourself a big shoulder roll. We're going to push the ball out, or if you're using a fixed object, walk yourself back from it. Or if you've got a couch or chair or ottoman, give your back a little stretch here. Sits bones, tailbone goes high to the sky, let your belly drop down. Roll back in one vertebrae at a time, stacking. If you're walking back up to something because you walked out, find that seat there. Give yourself a couple standing cat-cows. You can also use your thighs if you're not using equipment. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you go into flexion, rounding on through. And always lead with your pelvis. Always lead with your pelvis. Protect your neck at all costs. One more. Then round yourself up. Grab a light weight. Just a weight with a supercenter arm with rows, pullbacks, and a kickback. We're going to add a leg into it, so we're getting a little bit more spinal balance work here. We're going to start with that right side. Whether you're using the chair or your ball, make sure your fingers are spread wide like starfish. You're not dunking to your wrist, and your weight is in the lower body. We'll add the leg on as we go. With an inhale, squeeze that scapula in, that's your shoulder blade, towards your spine. Exhale, let it release. And squeeze in, think long, long, and long through the spine. So your head's not up doing this thing, creating a low point. Your gaze should be a little bit forward. We're going for 10 of these, and stay with my nice slow pace. You're going to feel a burn. You're going to feel something. We have 5 more here. Squeeze up, release. Squeeze up, release. Squeeze 3, release. Squeeze 2, release. And squeeze 1. Gently release. Keep that arm long so it's underneath the armpit. Slide that left leg back down. Tuck your toes. Make sure your hips not popping up, that they're nice and level. Same with that arm, keeping the weight on that right leg. With an exhale, tighten your belly, pull the arm in line with your spine. Float it back underneath. And pull through the back of your arm and the back of that scap. Pull 3. Release. Pull 4. Release. Pull 5. Pause here. Float the leg up if you can. Pull. Release. Pull. Release. Pull. Release. And pull. Gently release. Pause here. Lift the leg and lower. And lift and lower. Squeeze through your glute to lift. Lead with your heel. Don't point your toes. This is a rear body exercise. 2 more. 1 more. Find its place. Bring the arm up at the side. 5 tricep kickbacks. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, and bend. Bring that leg down. Give yourself a little shoulder roll here. And we change sides. Find that good position again. Toes are forward, knees are forward. Hinge over from your hips. Let that hand hang down right underneath the armpit for your rows. Inhale as you squeeze in. Exhale as you release. You get more work out of the serratus, all those back muscles that you're trying to do. You're breathing in when you're throwing in. And release. And squeeze. Release. Last 5. Release. Keep those abs in. Release. 3. Release. 2. Release. And 1. Gently release. Prepare yourself. Extend that right leg out long now. Make sure the hips are level, whether it's floating up or it's just the toes tucked under the ground. Hands hanging underneath that armpit. Pull back, straight back, keep straight wrist, and release. Pull it back, release 2. Pull it back, release 3. Pull back, release 4. Pull back, Release 5, pause, try to lift that leg up now if you can. And pull back 6, release. Pull back 7, release. Pull 8, release. Pull 9, release. And pull 10, gently release. Keep the arm nice and stable. Now lift the leg lower. Again, lead with the heel, not the toes. It's the back body exercise. Squeeze to that glute to lift it up, release. Keep your hips level, release. Last 3, release. 2, abs are in. And 1, keep it in place. Draw that upper arm up. 5 kickbacks here. Extend and bend. Extend, bend 2. Extend, straight wrist. Extend, bend 4. Extend, bend 5. Bring that leg in. Carefully roll up. Sit your weight down. When you get a couple cat-cows here, then you can use your body. You can use your ball. It's some nice core work mixed in with the weights. Give yourself one more breath. Push the ball out or walk yourself back if you're using something stationary. And round up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to sit on our ball, prepare to plank out momentarily. If you're not comfortable being out in the middle of something, wedge yourself up in a corner. Put yourself up against furniture that will not move. Not something you're not certain that, and I may not knock it over, don't go that route because it will. If you're up here on your ball, take your feet to this distance apart. If you're doing this, you need to come off your ball and put it up against something for stability. It should be 2 fist distance apart. There should be space that your fists fit between your calves. If you bring this underneath, you hyperextend through your back. So make sure your feet are out here and that you can wiggle comfortably all sorts of ways, side to side, sitting nice and tall. Lift up through the crown of your head, lengthen your tailbone, draw those abs in. Knee lifts here because we add on. Lift up and tap. 2, tap. 3, tap. 4, tap. 5, other side. Lift, tap. As you saw, I didn't call it a side. I just wanted you to start with your better side. 4 and 5. 7 lateral raises here. No weights to start. We will get there. Float the arms up. Do not go past the shoulders. Don't go past your armpits. Keep your arms straight. Don't do this kind of thing or this kind of thing. That's called shoulder impingement, and you will need to stimulate. Let's float again. Reach your knuckles lower. You should only feel your medial delts working. So if you need to take a hand and place on board, medial delt, it's that big muscle right here. There's actually 3 heads. Give yourself one more here. Switch sides. Do the same thing for the other side. Find that muscle, because when we add weights, that's who needs to be engaging. Give yourself 2 more. And 1 more. Fold the arms in, set up overhead presses. Palms can be forward or out. Keep those abs in. Exhale the arms up. Hold back down to the blades. Float them up. Your ribs should not be popping, meaning this shouldn't be lifting up and lowering. And float up. Hold down. Float up. Pull down, float up, pull down. 1 more. Now we're going to fold over again instead of bent over rows because we're going to have some sets with more weight. Squeeze up, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So you're squeezing both scapulas together. Some people may feel better having the legs closer together. Some of you may feel a little bit more comfortable having your legs further apart. But don't take them again. Don't go to that way out place. This is just one exercise. Finish that one. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. And now let's roll out to bridge position. Find your seat. Carefully walk yourself out. Pull those abs in and up. Some of the things we're going to mix into this next step. It's always good to go with a lighter weight or no weight, just to find yourself there and build. Pull the abs in and up. Pretend that you are a table. There's something sitting on you and you don't want to lose it. Press to your feet. Squeeze your glutes and lift a little bit higher. Float the right arm up to the sky. Fingers spread. Stay with the left. Keep your shoulder blades down. Keep lifting up. If there's somebody underneath you, pushing you, as well as somebody's pulling you from the top. If you're using an ottoman, you can easily be over top of that, mimicking that. or a couch, depends on the size of your straight back chair. You can also be on the floor doing the same thing. Give yourself another breath here. And then fold one arm down, fold the other arm down. Use your ab strength in your legs to walk yourself back up. Find your seat, recombobulate, and start with your heavy weights. We're going to start with those rows here. Or the heaviest weights that you are comfortable with. You know your body, you know what you have to do the rest of the day, and where your comfort level is. Find whether you want the legs a little wider or a little narrower. Keep a long diagonal spine so you're not hunched over. Sit bones back, draw the abs in and up. Engage that pelvic floor again. Squeeze through the shoulders and release. And inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Going for 10, release 3. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Halfway there. And squeeze, release. Inhale, squeeze, release. Inhale, squeeze 8, release. Inhale, squeeze 9, release. Inhale, squeeze 10, gently release. Sit these weights down. Come up nice and tall. Clasp your hands, make pointers with your fingers. Lift that left leg up. Torso twist to the right. Lift. Inhale, turn. Exhale, center. Inhale, turn. Center 2. Turn. Center 3. Inhale, turn. Exhale 4. Inhale, turn. Exhale 5. Inhale, turn. Exhale 6. Inhale, turn. Exhale 7. There's 8. Here's 9. And inhale, turn. We are here at 10. We'll stay here. Work on your balance. Keep your hips nice and level. Lower that leg down. Roll your shoulders. Float that left leg up, right leg up, whatever leg up it is, the other side. Find your pointed fingers again. Drop your shoulder blades. Inhale as you rotate. Exhale, tighten the belly and turn. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, turn 2. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, turn 3. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, 4. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, 5. Inhale, blow through that straw. Really use those abs. And rotate. Here's 8. And rotate. There's 9. And rotate. Pause here with your 10. Stay nice and tall. Don't sink into your ball. Keep your hips back. Keep everything nice and level. And lower that leg down. Big shoulder roll. We're going after the lateral raises next. So grab lighter medium. It should not be the same weights you use for your rows because we're isolating muscles here. You will tear muscles and build things the wrong way with the shoulders. So you never want to do that. Anything that you use multiple muscle groups with, always use more weight, but not for the isolating muscles. That would be the same. We're going to float those arms up. If you need to go, oh, I don't remember, what am I supposed to be feeling? Quickly do that. And then regroup, float them up and lower. And float up 2 and lower. Float up 3 and lower. Float 4 and lower. Float 5 and lower. Here's 6 and lower. 7 and lower. 8 and lower. 9, lower. And 10, gently lower. Fold your weights in and carefully sit down. We're going to grab our band and put above our knees. You're going, well, what if I get to that point where these are too light, I have a sport or activity that I need more? You go to a delt raise. Everybody gets to that point where you can't safely do a lateral raise anymore for your shoulders. So you're here when you get to that point. Now bring your band so it's either right below your knees or right above your knees. If you want a little added challenge, you can keep the arms up. You can add a weight to this. Keep your shoulder blades down. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. We're going to do a seated clam starting with our right side. So you're going to lift up that knee and tap out. Lead with your kneecap. Lift up, tap back in. Lift up, tap out. So you get a little hurdle there. Keep the abs in and up. And keep your shoulder blades down. Lift up for 4. Bring it back in. Lift up for 5. Bring it in. 5 more. Lift up and tap. And in. 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 Give yourself a shoulder roll. Grab light or medium weights. We have overhead presses, but we do that other side. This keeps your heart rate up. Keeps your muscles guessing too. It's really good for the nervous system. Keep those toes looking forward. Wrists are nice and straight, so make sure you're not turning out with your wrists. Knuckles look up. Exhale, press on up. Palms can face in, or they can face out. If you have shoulder and neck issues, you'll definitely want them facing in. Press 3 and lower. Press 4 and lower. Make sure you're not pushing your butt out behind you. You're still sitting tall. And lower. And press. Keep the ribs connected. And press. Press 8. Lower. Press 9. Lower. And press 10. Gently lower. Carefully lower your weights down. Give yourself a shoulder roll, and we're prepared for that other side. Check out where your feet are at, your band, has it moved, knees are looking forward. You want the arms back here, if you want that weight for that added challenge, here we go. Lift up that knee, tap out, again, lead with your kneecap, and in. So you're in control of that band. And 2. We'll pick up and out, and 3. And pick up, pick it back up. Here's halfway, and in. 5 more, and in. 4 more, and in. 3 more, and in. 2 more, and in. 1 more. There you go. Give yourself a big shoulder roll. We're going to slide this off, keep it nearby, and we're going to prepare to roll out. We're going to get a set of straight arm pullovers. We're going to go into some skull crushers, and we're going to do a chest press with the leg lift. So you may need 2 different weights. I would suggest a heavier weight for those pullovers and crushers, because again, multiple muscle that you're using, you can do that. You may want something lighter, but when we get to that combo, really challenge your core exercise. I'm going to come up and get our heart rate up just a little bit more on purpose. Grab your weight to roll on down, or if you're going down on the floor, going the opposite way, find your place there. Watch your hair clips too. If you're bridged out here, make sure again, no matter where you're at, your toes and knees are looking forward. Press those arms up to the sky and pull the shoulder blades down. Loose abs. With an exhale, take the arms back. Do not go past the ears. Tighten your belly more. Inhale, pull down through the shoulder blades. Exhale, float it back. Inhale, pull. We're mimicking what you actually get off the lat pull here, working those lats. You're going to feel your triceps. You're going to feel your abs. And getting the breath in this pattern, you're going to get the best work for the lats. Exhale back. Inhale, pull. Float it back and pull. Back for 7 and pull. You don't go past your ears because it goes into the AC joint. Doesn't matter that you can go, you don't go, because nobody likes shoulder surgery. We have 1 more. Exhale back. Bring it up. Knuckles looking at the sky. Now rotate your biceps so they're in. So squeeze your elbows towards each other. Keep your wrist straight. Fold down 15 degrees. Do not come down to your skull. Then extend back up by squeezing those triceps. Fold down, squeeze up. Going more than that only damages your elbow joints. You don't get bigger muscles or better looking muscles or more muscles. And fold, and up. Fold 5, and up. Fold 6, and up. Keep those hips lifted, and up. Keep those abs engaged, and up. So don't drop your butt, and up, and 10, bring it up. If you want to change weights now. If you don't want weight, get rid of your weight. We're going to extend your right leg forward, foot is flexed. Make sure you don't do too much wiggling with that right leg. So if you bring it in, go right here, bridged here, and up there, go right ahead. Draw your shoulder blades down, engage your pelvic floor. Lift that right leg up. Tap it down. Lift it up. Tap 2. Lift it up. Tap 3. Lift it up. Tap 4. Lift, pause here. Take the arms back as you tap. Lift everything. And tap. And lift. tap 2, lift, tap 3, lift, tap 4, and lift, tap 5. Draw that leg in. We're going to sit our weight down temporarily. So we have a second set of that we're going to do. Lift back up into your bridge. If you're not using a ball, sit or come to a standing position for a set of torso twists. Clasp the hands. We're going to go to that right side. Your ball is going to be a counterbalance and go the opposite way that you're turning. Inhale yourself back center. Exhale, turn, center 2. Going for 5. This is just your break. Center 3. Exhale, turn. Center 4. And exhale, turn. Come back center 5. Grab your weight back for your hand. We have another set of pullovers, pressures, and then we have the other side of the leg. Find that tall, strong bridge again. Press through all parts of your feet. Your shoes, don't curl them up. Knuckles look at the sky. Exhale those arms back, tighten the belly, blow through your straw, work that transverse abdominis. Inhale, pull back down through the blades. Exhale back. Inhale, pull. Exhale back. Pull for 3. Exhale back. Pretend there's somebody pushing underneath your hips as well as pulling from the ceiling. Exhale back 6 and pull. Exhale back 7 and pull. Exhale back 8 and pull. Exhale back 9 and pull. There's your last one here. Gently come up. Fold through the elbows. Elbows go towards each other. Back up to the sky. Knuckles look behind you. Knuckles look to the sky. Here's 3 and up. Keep those elbows squeezed together and up. Don't try to touch your head. And up. 5 more. And up. 4 more. Keep your bottom up. Keep pressing through your feet. Keep your shoulders down. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Woohoo! Change your weight if you need to use your weight. We have that last set now for that left leg. So extend that leg long. Find your balance there. Draw the abs in up, pelvic floor engaged. Draw your shoulder blade down. Keep your foot flexed and lift that leg and tap. Lift 2 and tap. Lift 3 and tap. Yes, it's hard. Lift 4, but it's good for you. You can also do it on the ground. Here we go. Hold the leg. Take the arms back. Lift everything up. Don't fall off your ball. And lift up. This is my wonky side. And lift up. And tap. And lift. And tap. Fold in and lower. Everybody has a wonky side from one reason or the other. Carefully start to roll yourself back up on your ball. Push your hips back. Recombobulate for a moment after being prone. Big shoulder roll here. We're going to get a seated eagle stretch, and then we're going to get ready to go down to the ground and finish on that. If you prefer to do it standing, you can do it standing as well. We're going to bring that right arm midline. Navel is looking. Your elbow is looking towards your navel, looking down. Your thumb is looking at you, pinky your way. Take that left arm, swoop up underneath. Go with where you can connect, because this is about the squeeze. It's not being about, well, I can grasp my hands and I'm doing this. You've taken away from the stretch. You totally lost it. I'm just going to stand here for a moment so you see what I'm doing. With that squeeze, you're going to lift up through your elbows, hold out through your shoulder blades, let your neck just gently tip. And keep the squeeze as you feel. That's what's opening those shoulder blades. And taking those big breaths in helps inflate the lungs, which presses against the ribs, which opens up your serratus anterior, posterior, and a little bit of the inferior. That's where you get that little tip. Nice big breath there. And the more you can squeeze into those hands, wherever they connect, even if it's just here, because they're really tight, or your shoulders are really wide, you're really muscular, you will still get a lot more out of it than trying to crunch your hands together. One more breath here. As you exhale, start to lessen the squeeze, release, come to the corners, roll up, roll your shoulders, stack your head over your spine, and now bring your left arm forward. Cross it underneath that right. It's going to probably be different as it is for everybody. Find where you can connect, keep your fingers looking up and squeeze. Now lift up that unit and pull down through the shoulder blades and give yourself that little neck tip. Nice big breaths here. My wonky side came from a car accident back in 2015, getting hit in my car from somebody who ran a stop sign. I continually work on it. It's actually better than it was even earlier this year. It's just a long, slow process. So everybody has that wonky side, and you just keep working on it. Give yourself another breath here. As you exhale, start to release your squeeze. Let the arms reach for the corner. Restack your head. Roll the shoulder blades. Make sure your mat is clear. If you did what I did, put all your weights up on it. We are going to go down on our backs. Have your band handy. Wait if you want to add a challenge like we did for those leg lifts. Once you find your way down, have your legs on top of your ball, your desk chair, your ottoman, then find your neutral spine. That means you've got that natural little curve underneath your back. Pelvis is flat here, so your hip bones are level. So if you step something on you, it's not going to tip forward towards you or go the opposite way. And then we're going to place our legs so that on the ball is back up against the thighs. Your toes are looking up. You've got that 2 fist distance apart here. Take your arms along beside you. Squeeze your bottom to lift yourself up. Just push your feet away. And if they come off the ball, that's okay. Take a breath here. Lower yourself back down one vertebra at a time. Take the feet a little wider apart if you can and still keep the knees looking up. Squeeze back up and press the feet away again. Good. Take a breath. Roll back down one vertebra at a time. This should feel pretty good. You're going, this is a setup. It is. Take your feet a little bit wider apart if you can, but still keep the kneecaps looking up and toes looking up. Squeeze and press up. Press those feet away. Now point your toes. Take your arms long. Try not to overly press so nothing goes into your neck. Don't grip with your fingers. Rock with an exhale to that right side. Keep those toes pointed. Tighten the belly. Inhale your waist center. And rock to that left side. Inhale center. Rock to the right side. Inhale center. And take it to the left side. Inhale center. Back to the right. Inhale center. And the left. Inhale center. One more right. Inhale center. Take it to the left. Inhale center. Lower down one vertebrae at a time. So 1 inch at a time. So everything is back down. Walk your legs as tight in as they will come. Just like, oh! If it's uncomfortable or you think you're going to roll off, add some width. That's why we did the wide first. Squeeze through your glutes to lift yourself up. Point your toes here long. Rock back to the right with an inhale. Exhale your waist center. Take it to that opposite side. Bring it back center. Go back to the right. Try not to grab your mat. And take it to the left. Bring it back in. And over to the right. Bring it in. Over to the left. Bring it in. One more time to the right. Bring it in. And to the left. Bring it in. Stay here center. With an exhale, lower yourself 1 inch, one vertebrae at a time. Pull through the knees. Hug the knees in for a moment. If you'd like a band, we're going to finish with some leg lifts. You can hook this around your ankles if you're going leg lifts with a ball. Yup. And you can always do them on the ground. You can stay without bridging. You pick where you want to be. This just adds a little extra. We're going to take it to that wide place where you can feel some tension. You're not going for like the super tension. Arms are long. Squeeze your glutes to lift you up. Take the fingers long with an exhale. Lift the right leg into the band. Tap down. You're squeezing heavily through that left glute and tap. Lift 3 and tap. Lift 4 and tap. Lift 5. Hold here. Rotate inward, outward. So your inner thighs looking up and circle in that band for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the opposite way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Stay here if you can. Now squeeze heavily through that right glute or the leg that you just lifted. Lift the other leg into the band and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower. Lift forward and lower. Hold it here on this one. Rotate outwards, your inner thighs looking up and circle. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn that leg in, lower down. Bring your body down to the ground. I lied. One more exercise. Let's get a set of hamstring curls while you're here. You can do this bridge step using paper plates or paper towels if you don't have a ball. You can use your desk chair if it's not going to get away from you. Otherwise, bridge on up. Always stay long. Bridge up here. Don't fold your knees and bridge up. That's so hard in the back of your back. Lift up. Check where your feet are at. Toes should be looking up, not left and right along the knees. Feet right at the apex of the ball. With an exhale, draw the ball in. Keep your spine steady. Roll back out. Your back should not be doing this kind of thing when you're doing these. That's called herniation very quickly. So draw in, press out. Draw in. Toes can be pointed as long as you're not going to crimp. And 4. Draw in. And 5. And in. And 6. And in. And 7. And in. 8. And in. 9. You made it. Extend it out. Stay here. Stay here. Take a breath. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Draw the ball towards you so you can slide the band off so you don't trip when you come up, forgetting that it's there, hanging there. And then bring your legs back up over top of the ball, but give yourself a little distance again. Give yourself 5 pelvic tilts. You're just gently curling in. Somebody's on the other side of you, pulling that navel in. And release. This should feel really good in your lower back. Give yourself 2 more. 1 more. And bring the ball a little closer so it brushes the backs of your thighs. Peel up halfway up. So you're past your navel, you're right at your mid-back. Lower back down 1 inch at a time. So you don't feel anything in your neck or your shoulder blades. Lower back down. Let's do 2 more of those. And lower. 1 more. Gently lower. Keep the ball close. Find that wide point and go a little bit wider than we did with those ball slides. Take your arms out to your sides, palms up. With an exhale, squeeze into your ball to go into a spinal twist. If this is uncomfortable, just come off and go to your favorite spinal twist. 1 more breath here. Use your glutes and your abdominals to bring your center, not your back. Give yourself that pelvic tilt again and take it to your opposite side. Nice big breath. Use your abdominals and your glutes again to bring yourself back centered. Bring your legs together so you can take them off one at a time and grab the ball in your hands. Make sure you have room behind you. Take it on up. Bring your legs close together. Lift up the right one and cross over the left. Good. And then take those legs over to the left side in a twist. Take your arms back, holding the weight of the ball. Again, if it's uncomfortable, don't hang on to the ball. Getting a different twist as we did a lot of core and hip work. Give yourself another breath here. First, if your arms are back, whether you're holding the ball or not, draw the arms back down at your sides or back up to the sky if you have the ball, and squeeze the glutes. Don't lose your squeeze until that right glute is back down. Uncross the legs. Take the left over the right. Keep your squeeze. Take that on over first. Settle into that. And then decide if you want the arms back. They don't have to go back. They can come at your sides, palms up. Nice big breaths. On your next inhale, bring the arms back at your sides or up in the sky if you're holding the ball. Then the next one, keep your squeeze until that left glute is down. Then release and uncross. If you're using the ball, go ahead and sit it down. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring them up one at a time. Take them a little bit apart. Circle to your ankles. Circle the other way. Lower one leg down at a time. Give yourself a moment and then roll to your better side. I thank you so much for joining me for this video, and I sure hope you find it helpful. Stay calm, stay healthy.